Hi everyone, welcome back. It's quite cold and chilly today, but the sun has come out, which is really nice. And I want to do several things in the garden. I want to bring you along with me. Oh, by the way, I finished pruning all of my roses, and I'm very happy. But the garden's still so messy. I have a lot of pruning bits or stem and branches. I want to get rid of them. But anyway, my parents-in-law they are on the way here, so I can use my mother-in-law big car and we can take all the pruning bits to the dump or to the tip. By the way, I top up some potting mix for some of the new roses. I pot them up the other day and I decided to transfer or to move one of the new bare root that I got a few weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago. Now before that's one were in the ceramic container over there, and I decided to move that bare wood roll in this plastic container. This container a little bit bigger and deeper, so I intend to leave this one at least 2 years in this container. This one, the one that is got the root kind of rotten or damaged, quite bad actually. But anyway, it's shooting, so which is lovely. And this one, it got the area over here, by the way, it got morning sun until around 1 or 2 p.m. and then shade in the afternoon. And David Austin roses is Anne Boleyn. So David Austin roses in our area, they prefer a little bit more shade in the afternoon, or I find that they tend to do very well in the double light. So today I want to share some tips with you how I prepare my roses for the season or for the summer. So first off, you already know that I finished pruning my roses, so that is the first step. Pruning in late winter is very important because at this time you can cut down on the dead and disease branches and prune your roses down, because the roses they bloom in a new wood. You don't want so many old wood or old stem on the bushes, because your roses is still sending out shoots and leaves and branches, but the bloom just on the top, and then you won't have some big and beautiful blooms or sturdy stem. So it could be better to prune down your roses. So a lot of my new roses, I didn't prune them that much. I just more like tip pruning them, and the one like 2 or 3 years old or 4 years old, I take them down much further. I prune 2/3 of them down and keep or one third of the high, and come clearing out in the center of the roses as well. So that is the number one, pruning. The number two is fertilizing. So normally I could fertilize my roses with Osmosco rose fertilizer. That's a brand in Australia. I did try several brands in the past, example Sudden Impact or Black Marvel. I didn't like them that much, or not at all, because I mean I don't know, the Thai fertilizer, they just diluted so quick when it's rained, or I water them just only 3 times and all of them just gone. I prefer something that whenever I water the roses, or when it got to rain and they just like the granule, they just dilute slowly. So that's what I prefer. But this year I'm trying something different. I only just apply alpaca manure for my roses and some of my fruit tree as well. I think the plum tree or some of my pears and apple tree, they're quite established, so I don't think I'm gonna use a lot of them. But maybe example the citrus trees, they are in the container, I think I'm gonna use the pack of manure for those trees. Number three is I'm gonna go around checking my drip irrigation. If any bits that come off, or it need to be fixing, or some of the roses need to have a drip on, and so I gonna to check on those things. Sometimes I do turn the decoration on in, I mean, it's this time like in kind of like late winter, and I just let it run and I walk around to check them before I put the mulch on. So I still can see the tubing, how the water coming out from from the hose. So number 4 is very important for me or for my garden, that mulching. So in the past, I often use mushroom compost, but still with the intense heat or intense sun and with the dry air in Canberra, Australia, I do find that another thick layer of sugarcane mold is really help in my for my garden, for my roses. Example, last year in early spring, at that time I have applied or at mulch. I often use sugarcane, and I could see the soil and the compost on the top got dry out much quicker. And after I add around this much, I think maybe 10 centimeter or 7 centimeter of the mold. Some container though, I add around 5 centimeter thick of the mold, and the mountain help to keep the soil moist, and I reduce evaporation, and I don't need to water the roses or the plants that often. So those are the 4 top of my list how to I prepare the roses for the season. So firstly, pruning, and I'm going to spread the alpaca manure together with you now. And after that, I gonna walk around, check my drip irrigation, and then I gonna add mulch as well. So first off, I gonna get changed a little bit because I don't want my jumper got dirty, and I will see you in a bit. Let me show you on the roses in this area. I gave them the alpaca manure already. You can see quite a lot actually. I don't know how many handful I add to them, but I know 5 maybe. I didn't count. I just kind of have a thin layer. Example like this. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, maybe that. And the roses example in the ground over here, I add I think a little bit extra because the rose they are much bigger, so they got extra alpaca manure. By the way, this type of manure is low nitrogen, so it doesn't burn the young plant. Or example, the barewood rose, I don't think it will burn the roots of plant. So I apply to the 2 container stretch away the other day, and after that I backfill with some potting mix on the top. So I think the other day I walked into this area, so now I got the whole roses in this area. I need to apply to them, and I already cut out 2 bags of alpaca manure. They like lumpy like this, so they're not heavy and they're not smelly, guys. So I'm quite happy with that. But we'll see how it's go because the nutrient chart they don't seem to have a rich nutrient. So we'll see if next year if my roses won't do as well, and then I will switch back to Osmocote rose for tonight. And you could see example, this is the perfume passion. This is going to be the 3rd season of this rose actually, and I cut it down. I think before it was like this, I think about 1.5 meter, and now it's down maybe 70 or 60 centimeter high. And the new rose example, this one I bought 2 more of this variety as well. This is another perfume passion, and you can see the plant still very small, so I mostly tip prune. right, let me just give you the quick look. Oh, the other 2 roses in this container, I haven't spread the manure yet, but I will do. But a lot of roses, they are in the container here, on the way around, on the way, come on the way out over there. I spread all of them already. And the roses in this area as well, all done. And the area, oh, the other 2 roses at the back there, I haven't spread actually. I need to do so, just in case I forget. Anyway, so all the roses over here, they got all the manure. And all the roses in this area as well, they have quite generous amount of the manure. So some of the roses over there, I do need to top them up a little bit more because I feel, because at the end of the bag, so I didn't have much left. Anyway, I top them up later. And why I'm doing that job, and I look around as well, I saw that this, here the number 3, that fixing the drip irrigation. Example, this one, it come off or it come out. Oh, this one broken actually. You can see the T coupler in this section, it broken. So I do need to fix it. You can see that. I do need to cut all of it off and put the joint back again. And maybe some area I noticed that they didn't have this thing, the clamps on. You know, when you have a high pressure water, and if you turn the drip irrigation on, and it easy can blow the pipe apart, so it would be better to have the clamp on as well. This area is seem fine, but I think some of the area over there, the pipe didn't have a clamp on, so I'm gonna work on that as well. So let's me to fix this one first. Alright guys, I fixed this one. I didn't notice that I did not turn the camera on until I put the clamp back over there. So I just went ahead, I took another bag of manure out, and I spread some, or I top up some more for the roses in this area. And over here, I got 1 bag of the sugarcane mulch. I like this type because the mulch quite chunky, and I do find that they last longer as well. So I really like it. And somehow I do like the mulch last longer, but also it's nice for the mulch to break down and add organic matter to your soil too. But I think it just depends what you like. Okay, so let me just go ahead and spread the mulch in this area. I priority use it back for this area because the area over here is very exposed, so the soil on the top is dry out quicker than the roses. Like, even they are in the container, but they got a little bit more protected. They have a little bit like example protected from the arbor, but also maybe they got the filter line, not so much sun. While the roses in this area or the soil in this area, it's just very exposed, and when we have a windy day, it dry the soil out much quicker. Okay, so let me just use the scissors to open the bag. I think I might have been wrong about this tie, because I remember last year I got, I think maybe this tie, and it was much chunkier than this, or maybe this year they changed, I'm not sure. But it says that this one cover for 30 square meter. We'll see. I don't know this area 30 square meter though. And yeah, I was hoping that the mulch was chunkier than this. And be careful when you mulch your plant or your roses. Don't put the mulch too close to the crown or to the grafting or to the stem of the plant. Don't think this one would cover 30 square meter, guys. This mulch is very much like the mulch I got from Aldi. Yeah, to be honest, I prefer the chunky one. Next time I try different bags. I might misremembering it. Alright guys, I finished spreading the bag. I don't think that bag cover for 30 square meter because it's just only this area. That's it. That's it. And I didn't spread them that thick, you know, to compare to the bag that I got them from. It's still from Bunning, but it will, might be different bag. So that is guys, I'm gonna go inside and have some rest and do some other thing before my parents-in-law they are here. Let me know what do you normally do to prepare your garden bed before the spring and the summer. Good love to hear from you. So that is, thank you for watching and see you next video.